Hi, this video is about how to create an editable Bootstrap modal in React. So basically what we want to achieve is that we have a list, and if we click on any edit, we'll get a modal for it. If we change something inside, it will, and we hit close, nothing will change on the list. But if we click on edit and then we change something in the modal and hit save, then we'll see a state change. I'm going to post the code in the comments below, so don't worry about trying to follow along with every line of code. I'm just going to explain the general idea and show how it goes on the code, and just try to hopefully understand it and then be able to use it. So basically what we need to achieve is that for every item we'll open a new modal which has its own state, and if we change the state it will still be kept in the modal, but only if we hit save, then this new state will be propagated or sent back to the parent component, and then the parent component will update its own state. So how is it done? So basically here we see that I have some brochure which is kind of hard-coded data. Of course it could be replaced by any JSON. And then if we look at the bottom, we'll see that I'm mapping this brochure with for any item and index. And if we see here, we have a button for the edit, and each edit button calls some replace modal item method, which basically set a state for the current clicked edit button. So if we see here, I'm setting a state required item, which is basically the index of the item that I clicked on. So if I clicked on the first one, it's 0. If I clicked on the second one, it's 1, and so on. So basically once I clicked it, I have a state for it now, which one was less clicked. Now if I look what I'm returning on the render method, okay, so basically I'm here calling a modal, which I'm going to show in a couple of seconds, and its props are based on the actual brochure required item. So if I click the first one, for example, that I'm going to send the modal the first item in the brochure, which is of course 0. And if I click the second one, then it's going to be the item 1 in the brochure. So this basically is sent to the modal as properties. So then what we need to do in the modal is set the state based on the properties that I received. So we have this component will receive props function. It's a React state or React function event. I'm sorry, it's a React event. This will receive the next properties that is going to be sent into this component, and then every time we receive new properties, we'll reset the state, or we set the state again. So this is basically why every time we click on edit, we'll receive a new state. So here we see silver. If I click here diamond, then we see diamond, and so on. And because I have now a new state, of course I can update this state. It's just a typical way to do it in React, to update the state with handlers. So any on change, here we should have it, on change events on the inputs, they basically change the state of this modal. So this means that if we change it now, it's still only kept in the modal and nothing is being sent back to the parent component. And this is fine. This is actually what we want to achieve. And then the last thing here is that we have a save button. if you look up, you see that the close button does not send anything to the parent, but the save button does call a method called handle save, and handle save is sending the modal state as user. It should be actually changed to item. Send this state into the parent component. So if we look here, of course, this saved modal details is received as a prop from the parent, what we see here, and then this is very typical of React. So basically now we received an item from the modal, and we just need to put it in the right place and then set the state again. So we're going to find the right place by the required item, which is basically the index of the edit button that was clicked on the brochure. So if it's the first one, for example, it's the temp brochure, which is basically the brochure on the 0 place. Then we put the item that we received from the modal, we set the state here. This is of course only happens once you save, and it's done. So this is basically what happens. Open a new modal, it received the state from the parent component, it received this as a prop, it created a new state for the modal from the prop. So now I have a new state. I'm updating things on my new state. They are not connected to the parent state, and only if I click save, then this will be sent to the parent component and update its state. So I hope it was helpful. It was kind of hard for me to eventually find how to do it the first time. And if it helped you, I hope that you can click like, or maybe even comment or share this video. If not, also you can write what was missing in this video. Maybe I can try to improve it. Thank you very much for watching. In the comments I'll post the actual code. Bye bye.